Hey, third grade. So yesterday we selected a topic for our research. From there, we went ahead and read one book about that and started to find subtopics. Today, we're going to zoom in on one subtopic at a time and start to synthesize or combine that information from across different texts. What that means is that I'm going to pick a subtopic. I'm going to look in one text and see if I can find information on that. But if not, I'm going to look in a different text. In order to complete the assignment today, you're going to read 2 different texts on either Mayan or Epic about your topic. You're going to watch me do it right now on my topic, penguins. I'm going to start looking at this book on penguins. I'm going to try and find some information on my first subtopic, which is the same as the one I'm asking you to look for. My first subtopic is physical appearance, or what that animal looks like. So I'm going to look for some information on what penguins actually look like. I'm going to start looking in the book, and I found a page that described that. It says, penguins have big heads and short, thick necks. Some penguins have crests and differently colored heads and bills. Black, blue, or gray feathers usually cover the upper parts of their bodies. Their legs are set low on their bodies, and they waddle from side to side as they walk. If people waddled like penguins, they would fall over easily. But penguins rarely seem to trip and fall down. I'm going to start then jotting some notes in my document, just like you will, about their physical appearance. My first note is going to be that they have big heads and short necks. I got this directly from the text. Then I'm going to say they have dark feathers on top. My last note is going to be that they have short legs and waddle. Now, if I'm looking for my second subtopic, it says habitat, or where penguins live. However, I looked through this entire book and I couldn't find any information on their habitat. So what I did is I started to synthesize information. I looked at my other penguin book and I said, you know what? This actually does have information on habitat. So I turned to the page on habitat. It says penguin homes. Penguins live on the coasts of Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Chile, Peru, and the Galapagos Islands. All of these places are south of the equator. You know what? Before I forget, I'm going to jot that down. Live south of the equator. I'm going to keep reading to find more information about their habitat. Penguin homes or habitats differ. Some are cool places where trees and plants grow. Others are warm, dry areas. Many penguins live in Antarctica where the land is always covered in ice and snow. Penguins do not live in the Arctic. So I'm going to say could be cool, warm, or icy. Could be cool, warm, or icy. Penguins spend more than half their lives in the oceans around their habitats. They enjoy swimming in these oceans because the water is always cool or cold. So my third thing for habitat is I'm going to say enjoy swimming in cold oceans. My third subtopic says diet, or what penguins eat. I actually found information on that in this book again. I turned to the page on diet. It says that penguins are carnivores. Carnivore is a tricky vocabulary word, but I know that carnivore means meat eater. So I'm going to go ahead and jot that down under diet. Penguins are carnivores. And I'm going to go ahead and give myself that definition. Eat meat. Because other people might not know that. They eat animals such as squid, fish, and krill. They dive for their prey and grab it with their sharp beaks. A penguin's mouth, throat, and stomach stretch, allowing it to swallow its prey whole. Ew! I'm going to write that down because I think that's gross, but also really interesting. Swallow, prey, whole. Ew! A penguin can swallow prey that's almost as big as itself. What? Penguins are hunters, but they are also hunted by other animals. Birds such as squaws, sheathbills, and gulls snatch penguin eggs and babies from their nests. These birds also kill weak or old penguins. I'm going to go ahead and jot that down, but I'm not sure that it goes in diet. So I'm going to put a little question mark right here so I know to revisit later. Are hunted by many animals. Now I'm looking at the fourth subtopic, and you might notice that this part is blank. The others said to look for physical appearance, habitat, or diet, but this one says nothing. This is because I want you to think of a subtopic that you found out about in one of the books that you read. For me, the subtopic I picked was in this book. And I picked growing up because I thought it was super interesting. This says, chicks beg for food from any passing adult or even other chicks. So adults identify their own chicks, like these king penguin chicks, by recognizing their distinctive calls. When a chick pecks around a parent's bill, the parent feeds it partially digested food from the parent's stomach. So I got a couple pieces of information already. The first is babies or chicks beg for food. The second is that they have distinctive calls, which means that you can tell a baby penguin by just its voice. I'm going to keep reading. When chicks are ready to leave the nest, they shed their first feathers and develop waterproof feathers. Now they are fledglings. Before long, they will make their first journey to sea to build up their body fat. So I'm going to say, grow waterproof feathers to become fledglings. And I'm going to go ahead and define that too, because I'm not sure that anyone who hadn't read this book would know what a fledgling is. I think it's like a teenage penguin. Now, before I go third grade, I'm going to show you this super cute picture of all of these tiny penguin chicks. I saw this and it got me even more excited to learn about penguins, and I hope it does the same thing to you. Now, your job is you're going to go to Mayan or Epic and you're going to read 2 books about your animal from yesterday. That might be an octopus, a polar bear, or a whale, or a seal, or a dolphin. Then you're going to complete your assignment that looks sort of like this. You fill in your animal, and oops, I forgot to do mine. Penguin. And then you fill in the information about each of the subtopics. Good luck, and as always, let me know if you need help. I love you and miss you. Bye.